Italian police have arrested more than 300 people in a series of dawn raids aimed at one of the country's most powerful mafia organisations. They also seized arms and drugs and confiscated tens of millions of euros in assets. For the very latest, we're joined now from London by Europe correspondent Emma Alberici. Emma, how significant are these raids?
Well, Lee, the Interior Minister Roberto Maroni has said that they are this was the most significant police sting in recent memory. The Italian papers are calling it unprecedented. It involved 3,000 police and, as you mentioned, they rounded up 300 people, among them 21 of the country's most wanted for multiple murders in some cases, and among those, 3 crime bosses. One of those crime bosses was, in fact, the head of an area Department of Health. So these were quite significant arrests, and they were charged with everything from murder, money laundering and criminal association.
How much of an impact will these raids have on mafia operations in Italy?
Well, the mafia has been a common feature of Italian life for as long as anyone in that country can certainly remember. It's important to note, of course, that in Italy, the mafia businesses represent something like 9% of GDP. In Australian dollar terms, that's around $250 billion worth of industry. So, as one paper pointed out this morning, it's a bit like, these arrests have been a bit like cutting off the head of a hydra, where there are 300 mafia operatives, another 300 or more will sprout, because this is so widespread, and it's not just in Italy. The influence is spreading beyond the country's shores internationally, and this is what's said to have particularly upset the Italian authorities and why they've become so vigilant of late in terms of these arrests and others before them.
Emma, presumably there's been a huge reaction to this amongst Italian people.